Attention, Mountaineer family. The commencement ceremony is about to begin. At this time, please locate the nearest emergency exit. Please silence your cell phones, tablets, and other electronic devices, and turn your attention to the outstanding students who are the focus of this day. This is their moment to shine, so please give them and their many accomplishments your full attention. Now, let's get ready to welcome our graduates.
Today, we celebrate West Virginia University's 2022 May graduates, 152 years after Marmaduke H. Dent became the university's first graduate. Please welcome West Virginia University's College of Physical Activity and Sports Sciences candidates for graduation. And now, please welcome members of the Platform Party. Jack Watson, Dean of the College of Physical Activity and Sports Sciences. Faculty and staff of the College of Physical Activity and Sports Sciences. Members of the West Virginia University Board of Governors and Senior University Administration. Jack Marucci, today's commencement speaker and honorary degree recipient. Grand Marshal Chad Proudfoot. And Dr. E. Gordon Gee, President of West Virginia University. Please rise for the singing of our national anthem, performed by Christian Klausnitzer.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing for the singing of the Alma Mater.
Alma, our alma mater, the home of mountaineers, sing we of thy honor, never lasting through
You may be seated. Please welcome to the podium the College of Physical Activity and Sport Sciences Dean, Jack Watson.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Spring 2022 Commencement Ceremony. My name is Jack Watson, and it's my honor to serve as Dean of the College of Physical Activity and Sports Sciences. Graduates, commencement is a time to say thank you to your family, friends, and the faculty and staff who have supported you. I'd like to invite all of the family members, friends, and guests of this year's graduating class to please stand and be recognized. Come on, guys, let's give them a good Mountaineer welcome and thank you. These are the people that we have to thank for the support that we've had throughout this journey. And now I'd like to extend a few additional thank yous to several others who have been important to the success of today's graduates. I have the honor of working with a dedicated and hardworking faculty who consistently put students first. I'd like the college's faculty to please stand and be recognized. I would also like to extend a special recognition to the CPAS Office of Student Success and all of the CPAS staff whose hard work make this commencement ceremony and our students' successes possible. Thank you. I also at this time would like to ask all current armed services personnel and veterans to please stand and be recognized. Thank you very much for your service. Now at this time, I'd like to recognize and thank President E. Gordon Gee for presiding over this ceremony today and for his leadership of the university. And I'd also like to recognize and thank our commencement speaker, Jack Marucci. Jack is the Director of Performance Innovation within the Louisiana State University Athletic Department and the genius behind the Marucci Bat Company. You're going to hear a great story from him about how he's gotten to where he is a little bit later. So graduates, today marks a milestone achievement in your lives. We're proud to count each of you as CPAS alumni, and we will be watching and celebrating your accomplishments throughout your life with you. As you turn your focus to the future, I want you to know that few of us achieve meaningful successes without effort, hard work, a growth mindset, and yes, even failures. If we approach life with the right mindset, these challenges and failures can be some of our most important learning and growth experiences. You have undoubtedly experienced many unique and challenging times during your days here at WVU. While here, you've been forced to become extremely adaptable, and you've likely learned to practice cognitive flexibility, patience, and compassion. These skills learned here will serve you well in the future and help you succeed in many of the forthcoming challenging situations that you'll face. I'm proud to be able to say that you've received a world-class education in CPAS from an amazing faculty and staff who care deeply about your success. With their help, you have gained the knowledge, skills, and mountaineer spirit necessary to tackle any challenges that lay ahead. My wish for you is happiness and fulfillment in life. Be sure to follow your passions and chase your dreams. Don't be strangers. Stay in touch and visit often. You will always be a member of our family. As graduates, you are mountaineers for life, and it's always a great day to be a mountaineer. So whenever you find yourself on a country road, let it bring you back to Morgantown and WVU. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my distinct pleasure to introduce the President of West Virginia University, Dr. E. Gordon Gee, for the presentation of the honorary degree to Jack Marucci. Faculty Senate Chair Ashley Martucci will assist President Gee with this presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's great to be with all of you today, and what a beautiful time, beautiful day, and what a wonderful spirited group. I'm grateful to be here. Would Jack Marucci please come forward? A leader in the field of athletic training and analytics, Jack Marucci has spent 26 years at Louisiana State University, where his vision helped advance the institution to the forefront of collegiate athletics. Serving for many years as director of athletic training, Marucci oversaw the training operation for all 21 varsity sports, which included supervising a staff of 18 full-time trainers, 4 nutritionists, and 15 graduate assistants. At LSU, Marucci has been part of 3 national titles in football. He helped to design the Brossard Center for Athletic Training at Tiger Stadium, as well as LSU's newly renovated football operations building. Marucci also spearheaded the number 18 program, which is recognized in the College Football Hall of Fame. Each year, the player who demonstrates outstanding leadership and character, both on and off the field, is awarded and wears the coveted number 18 jersey for the season. In the field of analytics, Marucci has developed metrics for predicting athletic success, including physical, mental, and character assessments that also allow athletes to capitalize on their strengths and maximize their performance. He has authored or co-authored 19 sports medicine studies, including 2 profound studies, one regarding ACL reconstruction and the other assessing the impact of head trauma using innovative helmet sensors, both of which changed the safety landscape across the NCAA. Marucci earned his bachelor's degree at West Virginia University and a master's degree from the University of Alabama. His current role at LSU is Director of Performance Innovation. So, ladies and gentlemen, and Jack Marucci, on this day, May 13, 2022, in recognition of your distinguished career and by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the West Virginia University Board of Governors, I hereby confer upon you the Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Dr. Marucci.
Well, I really appreciate the really kind words. I'd like to thank President Gee, Dean Watson, and Lisa Martin. If you're out there anywhere, I promise you I won't go over the 10 minutes that you were nervous about. I think the thing that I've learned through all these different ideas that I've had, and you heard about from the athletic training side and how we develop these metrics through these different pieces that we were able to learn through our experiences. And I think we always talk about one of the most powerful words to me was opportunity. How do you get it? How do you reach that opportunity? It sounds easy sometimes, but what I found out, it's through these different relationships that you're going to develop through your life and through the faculty, through opportunities that are going to be created through a relationship. I said a relationship is created, then an opportunity, then another opportunity creates another relationship. And I'll share my little journey with you guys through what I felt like is an unlikely journey because it wasn't in the athletic training. John Spiker gave me the opportunity to get into the athletic training field. And that's what I transcended into the career that I have, and it turned into something that I never expected. I wasn't the best in math. I wasn't the best in some of those areas, but now I'm working with data points, and because I found a way that it made sense. It made sense to our coaches. It made sense to all these different people. So my journey started in the bat world, which was a completely different piece. It's an unlikely journey. It shows that the common man can create something without, not being the smartest, not being the most athletic somewhere. I said probably the best way I can get onto a baseball field was maybe create a baseball bat. So it started with my son. He was 7, 8 years old, said, "Hey, Dad, I'd like to have a wooden bat." I said, "Okay, let me find out where I can get you a bat that's small enough." I call all these companies. I called, Sam-Bat was a big one. Louisville Slugger was the last bat. They said, "No, we don't make them that small." It was about an inch too short. So what I did was my relationship from 8th grade, our shop teacher had me, I remember how to use a wood lathe. So I buy a wood lathe. I bought an $88 wood lathe from Harbor Freight. I said, I'll make a couple bats and we'll call it a day. Then all of a sudden, there was a need on his team, so I started making more and more bats. My relationship, again, was with Eduardo Perez. He does most of the Major League Baseball. You see him on ESPN, one of the finest people to be around. Probably one of the biggest catalysts for me in my bat career. And I was going up for an athletic trainers convention. And we were catching up. I haven't seen him in years since I was at Florida State. This is about 2004. And Eduardo says, "Hey, bring me a couple bats." At this time, I'm not licensed. I am not a licensed vendor from Major League Baseball. The fees were phenomenal. I mean, I didn't have that kind of money. So he meets me in front of the hotel. He goes, "Matter of fact, I want you to introduce you to a couple baseball players. One was Albert Pujols, the other one was Barry Larkin." And Eddie goes, "I'm going to sneak the bat in the game tonight." I said, "Eddie, I just made this bat about 2 days ago in my backyard. It may explode. I've only seen 7- and 8-year-olds swing this bat." So he goes, "I'll take care of it. I got it." He sneaks it in. About a week later, Barry Larkin calls me, wants one of these baseball bats. So that relationship with Eduardo created this need for this bat. And mind you, Louisville Slugger has had the market for over 100 years, 100 years. And I'm making them in my backyard. So Eddie goes, "There's going to be another player calling you. His name's Manny Ramirez, Boston Red Sox." I said, "All right." He's going to be in the playoff run. So what I did, when I talked to Manny, I said, again, remind you that you can't use these in the game. And I said we could all get in some big-time trouble. And sure enough, I'm watching the game. The shortstop, Orlando Cabrera, is swinging these bats. I said, this will be the end of the career of the Marucci short-lived bat company. And the fast forward, talking to Orlando, we always put on a big event at the All-Star game. I said, why were you using those baseball bats? He goes, let me tell you something. Those were the best bats I ever hit with. I hit 371. I wasn't giving it up. I just remember the model was a CB something. I said, you know what that CB stood for? I said, the curse buster, to break the curse of the New York Yankees. That's when the Red Sox were down 3 games and they came back and they won the World Series. Coincidence? Yes. Luck? Maybe. And the next thing you know, I partnered up with 2 other guys that were former LSU athletes. We became the #1 bat company about 6, 7 years ago. Finally dethroned the big Louisville Slugger. And there's pieces of this journey that I learned, again, not only from being the type of relationships that you have and being good to one another, and you never know who's going to influence you. But what I found out, the character piece, was probably one of the biggest pieces I learned through this journey. I used to tell a clubhouse guy, look, I only have so much wood. I only have so much to give out. And give me your best character guys. That's who I want to work with. And I think the character piece is what we found out in all those metrics that I do in football. I just did a full study from 20 years. The #1 metric in success of our players at LSU who play in the NFL was character. That's what it was. Look, everybody's good at what they do, but the separation was the character piece. And I really believe in that. And I think that West Virginia gives you that opportunity to develop the character. West Virginia gives that opportunity to have those opportunities. I gave a young man that graduated from West Virginia, he runs our wood mill, ran the wood mill today, because I didn't forget where I was from. And that's the other piece, as Jack Watson talks about, never forget where you're from. Always give anybody that you meet on your travels, if they're from West Virginia, it's a comforting piece to know that they got your back. And I think, again, just remember the things of what gets you from A to B. And I always wanted to know the stories about the simplistic person, how they did it. And it is about the relationships and opportunities that you're going to be given. And don't ever forget about the character, because to me, that was the #1 thing that I seen in anything that we go through life. And it's the most important piece. And I will have to say, too, to end in this, probably the most valuable class I ever took was that wood shop back in 8th grade. So good luck with all you guys. Again, I appreciate the opportunity, and I'm very humbled by this award. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy a performance of Simple Gifts.
Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, it will be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we shan't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right. 'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in a place just right, it will be in the valley of love.
We will now present the students who fulfill the requirements for graduation from the College of Physical Activity and Sports Sciences of West Virginia University. Dean Watson and faculty, please join President Gee to congratulate the graduates. Presenting the master's degree candidates in coaching and sport education. Jennings Gregory Berry. Hunter Ivy. Kristen Jays Price. Ashley Richards. Wesley James Gowell. Anthony Rames. Now presenting the master's degree candidates in sport coaching. Melissa Joyce Milliken. Ryan Michael Lazier. Thomas Leland Daniel O'Driscoll. Richard Donald Kennedy Jr. Pedro Neva. Renee Javier Rangel. Lauren Keener. Caitlin Hoover. Kitawa Cooney. Mark Lugo Gomez. Now presenting the bachelor's degree candidates in athletic coaching education. Scott Rayburn. Chris Brown. Bailey Pruitt. David A. Dixon, also a bachelor's degree candidate in sport and exercise psychology. Roman Alfonso Hawkins. Alan David Johnson. Jair Cannon. Michael Alexander Pearsos. Now presenting the master's degree candidate in physical education, teacher education, Duncan Breeden. Now presenting the master's and bachelor's degree candidates in the physical education, teacher education, accelerated bachelor's to master's program, Kendall Abigail Keplinger. Carter Allen Hauderschelt. Joseph Xavier Plevich. Mark David Wilson. Jordan Lee Bolton. Carly Walton. Now presenting the bachelor's degree candidates in physical education and kinesiology, Brett Coughlin. Logan Philip Kraus. Vincent Thomas Harvey. Emily Louise Cruzgo. Garrig Everly. Dawson Ziegler. Now presenting the master's degree candidates in sport management, Ruth Allen Phillips. Whitney Sierra Harris. Kellen Alexander McCarthy. Michael Brent Johnson. Sierra Lay. Nicholas Rashawn Cooks. Kyle Petering. Jeremiah Waite. John Ryan Henson. James R. Delgado. Samuel Robert Blace. Haley Sperringer. Unique Beaver. Caitlin Lindsay McGagan. Stephen Harris Lockwood. Euron Popovich. Kyle R. Davison. Jordan Walters. Michael Gua. Jared Tyler Franklin. Kane Harder. Luke Wayne McMurray. Christopher Nicholas Legitime. Theodore Lemmerhurt. Corey Walsh. Maxwell Kemper. Landis Bernard Pemberton II. Elizabeth Henry. Also a master's degree candidate in sport coaching, Joseph Hamilton White. Josh Buskey. Now presenting the master's and bachelor's degree candidates in the Sport Management Accelerated Bachelor's to Master's program. Lucas Falls. Michael James Henderson. Justin Gargano. Devin Furach. Nathan Layton. Caitlin Field. Alyssa Isaacson. Jake Isaac Deaton. Now presenting the bachelor's degree candidates in sport management. Jalen Dwayne Humphrey. Alexis Marie Castleberry. Jordan Snyder. Noah Menken. Connor Hope Davis. Molly Miller. Montez Toy Jr. Ryan Wesley Fluharty. James Donovan Gayton. Michael Thomas May. Matthew James Corky. Joseph A. Harum III. Tyler Wenner. Rachel Werner. Hannah Rosenberger. Jennifer Amanda Bailey. Adam Sholodowski. Brendan Richard Conroy. Blake Brewer. Andrew William Zimmerman. Joseph Perry Burr. Trevor Allen Wayne Bennett. Bryce Leander Moore. Zachary Hurrow. Andrew J. Rock. Cody Staley. Tristan James Grimes. Ryan Pitch. Ronaldo Cruz. Nathan Rednowers. Kyle Everett. Leif Aaron Hansen. Chad Lusardi. Kyle Luthi. Justin Michael Kanai. Madison Marie Denise Smith. Kirsten Deans. Rylan Thomas Toledo. Bryce Lester. Lauren Lawson. John Colby Rains Rogers. Lauren Calais. Kristen Ann Lux. Natalie Petrova. Fausto Huerta Tate. Nicholas Haynes. Daniel McGuire. Nicholas Vincent Mano. Dion Drommers. Kinder May DeWolfson. Ariel Friedman. Ariana Lee Burke. Ryan Patrick Dunn. Tanner Gorseth. Prince Bido. Leo Earl. Now presenting the bachelor's degree candidates in athletic training. Emily May Reynard. Kayla Lynn Hedrick. Lydia Flores. Rowan Shea Sams. Joey Landy. Carter Kenton. Brendan Michael Lynch. Tyler Rapisi. Ryan Dodson. Now presenting the bachelor's degree candidates in health and well-being. Emma Elizabeth Abfall. Casey Nicole Kanai. Rose Graith. Lucy Daria Harmon. Sydney Paige Johnson. Madison Nicole Moyer. Dalton Keith Perdue. Delaney Lee Morgan. Sydney Bell Spiker. Daniel Christian Thompson. Now presenting the bachelor's degree candidates in multidisciplinary studies. Zachary Michael Travers. Quamazius Latrell Mosby. Roy Jean Cool. Now presenting the bachelor's degree candidates in sport and exercise psychology. Marguerite Stefanelli. Haley Mustacha Olo. Julian Cepeda. Sharina Love Ratliff. Nikayla Elliott. Michaela Tamia Colvin. Alexis Ruth, Caden Cadillac, Paige Swaney, Shannon O'Connor, Mackenzie Marciello, Carvey Tamba, Chandler Zink, Kirk Anthony Reardon, Mark Austin Ladd, Jackson Lamb, Gavin Nichols, David Lerner, Jake Krukowski, Brianna Rose Van Fawcett, Morgan Noel Cheney, Skylar Marie Blankenship, Taylor Marie Atkins, Caitlin Weaver, Maya Key Hannon, Kaylee Odell, Emma Christine Schaefer, Zachary Pfizer, Reagan McGarry, Caitlin Elizabeth Shiley, Olivia Rose Hart, Taylor Charlo, Dustin James Donner, Lucas Siebert, Carson Quackenbush, Mary Perkins, Anne Margaret Herndon, Jordan Thomas Loy, Lawrence Jenkins, Kyle Austin Bruno, Preston Kevin Shea, Jared Turk, Michael Philbrick, Haley Kathleen Gregan, Melina Mitchell, Allison Marie Cree, Nautica Jazz Crosco, Jacqueline Wagner, Josephine Aderi, Katrin Marie Mason, Anna Grace Newell, Abdel Koulibaly, Julian Diaz, Brendan Matthew Green, Quinn Harrison Chambers, Nebu Alamayo, Rachel Morgan DeRosa, Jordan Anthony Kurczyk, Riley Barrett, John Patrick Shane, Kaya Russell, Connor Freeman, Zachary A. Rogers, Bradley James Foote, Marco Tilliard. Chase Wilkerson. Shane Wagner. Olivia Oldacre. Sarah Allison Fink. Brooke Alexis Little. David Brandt Nearing. Polly Polycap.
Where did you come from, huh? How are you?
President Gee, this concludes the presentation of the candidates for graduation from the College of Physical Activity and Sport Sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the podium President E. Gordon Gee.
You're a lot of fun, you know that? Great to see you. You're welcome. So anyway, it's great to be with all of you today, and to the families, thank you very much. And listen, let's give those families a round of applause. Would you please come on? I must say this is better than the last. I was at a commencement earlier today, and someone was walking across here, and he grabbed. Many of you know I was here 42 years ago as president of the university, and so this kid walked across and he said, "It's so wonderful to meet you. My grandparents graduated when you were here. I nearly killed the damn kid." I mean, I jerked his degree. He's now getting a degree from Marshall. What can I say? But anyway. I am just delighted to be here to celebrate this special day, this special class, this special college. And as you know, our commencement experience we have had has not been the same over the last 2 years. The COVID-19 pandemic upended our most venerable traditions and disrupted our most basic routines. So today, I began by congratulating our graduates for the tremendous resolve. Let me score that again, for the tremendous resolve you have shown in achieving this milestone. And I will say this to all of you. You know, I can remember 54 years ago when I graduated from college. I can remember where I sat. I can remember who I sat next to. I can remember where I ate afterwards. But as to what the university president said, I can't remember a damn thing. So I'm saying this very quickly, as a matter of fact. College is never easy, but over the past 2 years, students everywhere have endured a unique journey unrelated to the usual hurdles of algebra equations, reading assignments, and nerve-wracking exams. In fact, life itself seemed to become an endless final exam with ever-shifting answers, mask required or optional, testing necessary or not, classes online or in person, gatherings possible or impermissible. Running this gauntlet for all of you has taken its toll, and certainly we have seen an increasing rate of depression and anxiety nationwide. and that to me is troubling. However, this class before me has persevered. Your resilience is awe-inspiring. And now to the parents, I want you to give these kids a round of applause, would you please? I must say to the parents, to the grandparents, to the spouses, to the friends, to the pizza delivery guy, whoever is here, we're grateful to have all of you. And in seemingly hopeless times, resilience arms us against despair and builds the courage to overcome obstacles. And the hope you have honed to survive and thrive over the past 2 years will serve you so very well throughout your lives. Recent research, by the way, shows that hopeful people, let me just say this, underline it, hopeful people are happier, less lonely, and more effective at reaching their goals than their gloomier peers. Hopeful athletes, and there are a number of you in this room, hopeful athletes are much more competitive. Hopeful professionals are more productive, more engaged, and more creative. Hopefulness strengthens our resolve to fight for our principles and freedoms, as are the brave people of Ukraine doing exactly today. And hopefulness lets us take our creativity to the next level, the steep step from having a big idea to using those ideas to solve real problems. So it's easy to find excuses to maintain the status quo in our comfort and in our lives. Complacency, that worst of all words, complacency, comfort, and fear of the unknown are the greatest impediments to change and innovation. The possibility of failure, let me just say this to you, the possibility of failure is not a resistance to resist change. Failure is, in fact, an inevitable and even mandatory detour on the road to any worthwhile goal. How many failures did Galileo experience, or Michelangelo? How many failures have the scientists in our space program overcome on our way to the moon and soon to Mars? Your own journey may not lead to Mars, but it can lead to positive change if you commit to your unique purpose and make your choices serve that purpose. Whatever path you choose, ladies and gentlemen, the education you received here at West Virginia University will guide you to ever higher summits. That I can assure you. The family members, friends, and teachers who supported you throughout your education will continue to cheer you on. And on their behalf, on the behalf of everyone in this audience, I'd like to offer a few words of wisdom that you can carry forward as you leave here today. First, when in doubt, just take the next small step. No matter how you feel, get up, dress up, and show up. Keep your sense of humor. Avoid envy by accepting what you have, not pining for what others seem to have. If we all tossed our problems in a pile and saw what everyone else is coping with, we would most likely grab our own problems back. And I just learned this week, so I thought I'd pass it on to you. Always, always check the contents of your bag before you leave the drive-through window. Pay off your credit cards every month, and you will never have to worry about ending up as a contestant on the Squid Game. When hard times strike, as they surely will, cry with someone. It is more healing than crying alone. If social media is raising your blood pressure, then damn it, get offline and talk to actual humans. Healthy habits promote a longer and happier life. But when it comes to chocolate, give in. Resistance is futile. Make peace with your past so that you will not screw up the future. Unlike Marvel characters, we only have one timeline to work with, so each choice we make has lasting repercussions on our future. And above all else, and let me just say this finally, above all else, be glad that recent years have already taught you a very important lesson. Life will not always be fair, but I can assure you life can always be good. And your hopeful spirit will accompany you wherever you go and inspire you past every obstacle. So now will the degree candidates from the College of Physical Activity and Sports Sciences please rise? Would all of you please rise? Graduates, Your education has prepared you to help others reach their full potential as athletes and as human beings. For our world, you will be a catalyst of the power that drives all discovery and creation, curiosity. Having honed your communication skills and your ability to engage people, you're ready to go forth with creativity and compassion. As a West Virginia University graduate, put your mountaineer values to work, solving problems and changing lives. Make service to others not just an obligation, but your passion. Nurture the curiosity that enables you to visualize new ideas, try new solutions, and blaze new paths. Respect others and search for common ground on which to build our shared future. Be accountable to yourself, and then be accountable to others by working hard and maintaining the highest possible ethics. Celebrate the successes that education has put within your reach and inspire others to value the world-changing power of scientific discovery and artistic expression. Above all, make every day that you live an opportunity to learn. So, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the West Virginia University Board of Governors, I hereby confer upon you the degrees for which you have been recommended with all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. Bachelor candidates, you may move your tassels to the left side of your cap as a symbol of your achievement. Please join me, everyone, in congratulating our new graduates.
Please remain standing. Graduates, university marshals will release you in an orderly manner after the platform party exits the floor.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Missed a taste of moonshine, teardrops in my eyes. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads, I hear her voice in the morning hours. She calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday, Lord, yesterday.